What's up, YouTube? Evolve Gaming here with
David Mendoza.
Hi, David. And what did you play today, bro?
I'm playing a deck I named Sud.
Sud.
Suds, whatever it is.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get to the profile.
Yeah. So this was the deck that I was playing in like the last two dual videos that we put up. And I've been asked for a profile here and there at locals and online, so thought I'd put it out. So let's go the Sud part, the S part first.
Okay.
Engage.
That's not an S. It's like no.
Put these there, these here. I'm gonna go into depth on these things.
Okay.
And then your one-ofs.
Oh, one ray.
Yeah, just
weird.
one ray. So the last video that I put up was playing Mystic Mine. I just swapped it out for Area 0. It could be either or. It's for set rotation purposes. So play with it however you like.
Okay.
Mystic Mine is like that security blanket if you need it. Area 0 just adds more consistency, but also weakens your Thunder Dragon matchup. So
Okay.
play it however you want to. And then Ego Booster, I thought was the best Sky Striker card for this deck. Because it just protects your Unchained guys, and Abomination is an absurd card if you've ever read it. And
So there's Unchained cards in here.
yes, there's Unchained cards in here.
Okay.
So Eagle Booster just being able to protect those guys just allows for more free things to happen.
All right.
So that's about it for the Sky Striker engine. Just adds a ton of consistency. Nothing bad about it. Now the U part of Sud.
Makes sense. Unchained.
Disaster. 2 Raikeas. And I think there's a third one in here somewhere. Oh, maybe I did play the 2. Yep. Guess I played the 2 today. Alright. I was testing around with numbers on these because honestly, I don't really like the rare monsters too much.
Okay.
But they're so good against the Thunder Dragon matchup. That's what helps you break the Thunder Dragon board, considering you have all these cards as search cards. These cards help a lot there. But otherwise, I just would probably not play too many of them. They're good, but they're not so good.
Okay.
This, if I could, I'd only play one. However, Shark Cannon, Call by the Grave, powerful format cards.
Yeah.
If this gets banished, you kind of just lose your Unchained engine as a whole. Like, he's very important.
Okay.
So that's why I play 2. 3 Prison, 1 Wailing, and 2 Abominable Chained. Rhoda. All the Unchained spells and traps, when they're destroyed while they're set, you get a guy from the deck.
Okay.
We play the 1 of this because it's another spell to add to your graveyard with Engage.
Okay.
So usually just this and this is already 2 spells in the grave. Just got to put 1 more and there's your 3 cards for Engage. And then this kind of adds to the grind game while also adding consistency, being able to pop that to special summon a guy from the deck if you need to.
What's the first effect of it?
You can summon a guy from the graveyard.
Okay.
Hand or graveyard. So if you do draw your Unchained Soul Disasters, this is also a way to get rid of it from the hand.
Okay.
Sucks, but you know, more utility in this game is better. Never a bad thing. So that's it for the Unchained stuff.
Did you ever miss the second Wailing?
Oh,
Or like
never.
2 more?
Never, because those cards don't do anything Wailing doesn't do anything by itself.
Okay.
It has a pretty cool on-field effect, but I think you want it more in the graveyard for your Sky Striker cards.
Okay.
And now I have the D part of Sud, the Draco part, the biggest part.
Yeah.
Just these 4 guys, because they add the more important pieces of the Draco engine, I believe. The best enabler in the whole deck, Diagram. This pops all your Unchained cards,
Yeah.
pops your True Draco cards.
Synergy.
Cards absolutely just broken.
Yeah.
2 Disciples and 3 Heritage. What I really like about this deck is that you can link away with these guys often to make your Unchained Soul Rage and all that stuff, and it just adds to the draw power of Heritage. Just so many times that I would just link all these things away and just draw 3, draw 2, draw into an Engage, and just draw more cards. You just draw whatever you need.
Okay.
And then just 3 Apocalypse, just for more cards here. I usually side 1 out.
Okay.
And then the last 2 cards, I'll just drop it in here. It's Terraform and Set Rotation.
It makes sense.
People joke that Set Rotation is an FTK. It might as well be, honestly. Just puts 3 spells in the graveyard immediately. and then consistency.
Okay.
That's 40 cards exactly. Let's do side deck first. So since I was trying out Area Zero today, went undefeated again with it. Mystic Mind is in the side deck. Just keeps adding to the set rotation consistency.
Okay.
Nibiru. I really like this card right now currently. Shared Ride just blows out games for no apparent reason. 3 Twin. And then to also help with your Thunder Dragon matchup, which is arguably your worst, Dark Ruler no more.
Okay.
You're not killing anybody the turn you break their board, unless you just drew so many monsters, which this deck doesn't really play too many of. So that helps a lot.
I see you're not scared of Orcus here.
No, this deck has a really good time of breaking boards. So especially now that Orcus is favoring more Babel than Crescendo, you can really just break boards.
Okay.
Extra deck. 3 Rage, 3 Anguish, 1 Abomination rounds out your Unchained thing. We can probably take out a Anguish at some point, probably for a Hayate, which I didn't play the past couple times, but I definitely needed it a couple times today. So probably take out an Anguish for a Hayate.
And so Rage is the only one that like lets you super poly basically on your opponent.
Yeah, it lets you link away, which this with Ego Booster almost means you're guaranteed to get something off of him. A lot of times he gets impermanence at the start of the turn, or they try to out him some other way. So Ego Booster is just able to protect him, and you're gonna get your effect off on him some way or another.
Okay.
Also, if these things die, you get a Fiend back from the graveyard, which I can't stress how important that is, because oftentimes I see people link away this and their monster to make a unicorn and spin something away, and then the unicorn dies and you just get nothing back.
Okay.
So I'd rather just make the Anguish, and if they out it, I get the Fiend back, and then I can do it again next turn with the Rage and Anguish and just keep linking away. Because getting back your Fiends is very important. So that's it for those guys. Sky Striker cards, Kaina, Shizuku, Kagari, and I would probably put the Hayate in there for sure. You don't need more than 1 copy of anything because you only probably ever use your Sky Striker links once a duel.
Okay.
Also, I'm poor. I need
Yeah.
to Shizuku.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
And then your last ones are options. Barricade Blocker, important because Unchained Soul Disaster has to link into a Dark Link monster. So if you have to deal with a problem card like there can only be one, you can still resolve Unchained Soul Disaster properly and then just summon this guy and then link climb from there.
Oh, okay.
So having different types just matters. I've even tried cards like Wee Witch Apprentice and IP. The problem with IP is that if you run against Sky Striker, IP has to be 2 non-links. So IP just never really comes up when your Rage does essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Phoenix, because it's almost a staple, really. Unicorn for the Rage combos if you don't want to go with the Anguish. Still pretty good generic removal. Trisbania, because it's another option for Dark Link Cybers. And it's the same reason we play Zeroboros, Dark Link Cybers. Thought about Bomber Dragon, but I think this card just clears boards entirely. And if you protect this under Ego Booster, it's almost the same result. It's just very good. So that's about it.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at our home.
I like the concept of the deck. Do you think this version of Unchained is like the stronger version of all like Pure, even Evil Eyes?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of variants of this deck. A lot of them have their pros and cons, but I think this one is just fluid. It just flows very well. Every card just gets you another card, which is I think is the best way to play this game. So I don't think this deck is by means the best. I think it can probably go farther, but if you're looking for a base to start playing Unchained, I think this build is just the correct way to play it.
Okay.
Thunder Dragon is your hardest matchup, but everything else, like everything just takes care of itself because everything just gets you a card in some shape or form.
Okay.
That's about it. Please like and subscribe. We gotta get those subscriptions going because I like doing stuff like this, building decks, making them competitive. And I have a lot of cool things planned for this channel going forward, so definitely be looking out for that. If nothing else, I think we're done here today.
Well, thank you, David, and this is Evolve Gaming signing out.